While most CPAs focus on what happened last year, our friend Dan Mullen at GTG Tax Planning helps you plan for what's next. He's especially sharp with business owners and real estate investors, helping you legally minimize taxes while positioning yourself to look strong when it comes time to qualifying for financing. And because he understands both tax strategy and lending, he helps you make smarter financial decisions before they become expensive ones. Discover how you can look poor to the IRS and rich to the lender. Book a short discovery call today at gtgtax.com. That's gtgtax.com.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only. And the nice guys on business.
You say, I want an espresso, I want a double espresso, I want a coffee, right? And inside the machine, it grinds fresh, it presses, and it heats the water, and it puts the right amount of water through, right? So even the expensive espresso machines, like if there was a cheap one for $400 or $500 or $600, I would still be like, I'm not paying that much when I have to measure it out and put it in the grinder, hit the button, fucking press it myself. No, I don't want that manual shit. Okay. I want to hit a button and have fucking coffee.
And I want it to be good. I don't want to just do the Keurig.
And that was the difference.
No offense to Keurig, but it's just fucking pressurized coffee blower.
Right.
I don't need you to tell me how fucking good my coffee is, okay? I'm the one who buys it. I know how good it is. I buy the gourmet expensive stuff because when I drink it, I want to taste it. But you know what's on my mind right now? It ain't the coffee in my kitchen. It's the Nice Guys on Business podcast. Most days, they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your two favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
Yeah, there's a certain point that your computer is so much smarter than you that you don't even realize that without using the technology that is given to us today, you can't log in to anything. You even, I just try to get into some simple programs. It's like, enter your password. I'm like, okay, well, let me rely upon my LastPass password keeper. And it wasn't in there. I'm like, okay, do you want to turn the keychain on? I'm like, what the fuck is a keychain? And then it's like, okay, do you want, you have to go into your computer. You have to enable iCloud keychain something. I'm like, where do I do any of this stuff?
Keychain. That's funny. I've never heard of that. So that must be an Apple thing because I've had like, shit, what the hell do they call it with like
Pass
Google
key.
as what's it?
Passkey
Passkey. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, yeah.
Like what? Okay. So I think that what just happened, because I was literally 60 seconds late because I couldn't get into my Google account because I turned on my laptop computer so that I could sit in the kitchen and watch my cats outside because we've had some coyote viewings in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to let them out, but I'm going to sit here and watch them. So I turn on my computer and I turn on this computer and it was like an avalanche of mishaps from there. It asked me, do you want to log into your Google account? I'm like, yeah, I want to log into Google. Okay, well, we're going to need to ask you some questions. I'm like, I've kept my stuff so secure for myself. Who the fuck wants to get into any of my accounts? The answer is no one. No one wants. My life is just not that important that I need to have passwords for everything. God, motherfucker. It was literally spent half of my day just trying to get into the accounts that I don't even know why anyone else would even want access to my accounts. Like, who the fuck cares? Seriously? So this iCloud keychain, the pass key, what is the stuff that you don't have to do anything other than say, yes, I want that. And then it just automatically happens. I still haven't entered a passcode. How am I any more secure than anybody getting on my computer?
Well, that's like passkey stuff. And I think a passkey is usually either 5-digit code, fingerprint, or your face. So that's why it feels like a passkey is quick, because it could be that it just sees your face and says, okay.
Where does it see my face? It's not like the camera is on when I go to God, it was
Dude,
so
they're watching
frustrating.
always.
Okay.
Always watching.
If they're always watching, can't they see it's me anyway? Why the? So when we first started with passwords, when AOL and MySpace and all of that stuff was around, all right, so they didn't have any password keepers, so you had to write down your password, which is kind of silly because if you write down your password anywhere, if anybody comes in front of you, like my mom has all of her passwords written right in front of her computer.
Right in front of her. Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, okay, so that was step one. Step two was, you have 100, you have 20 passwords, and you should probably use some sort of like, what was it? What was the name of the Norton antivirus?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So then Norton came in. Norton,
Norton!
So Norton came in, and then you'd have to not only protect your computer, but protect yourself from your passwords being stolen. So that used to save them. Then LastPass and some other safe password keepers came into being.
Into vogue.
Now it's like now the iPhone and all the phones have the biometric shit that's on there. I like that because all I got to do is touch it or look into it, and that's good. And now they want to do like the biometric plus the pass key. Like seriously, it's somebody cut off my finger or my face and put it on the computer and then somehow stole my identity. Now we need a pass key. What's like the two-factor authentication we're going to call you also? Like, holy fuck. That was so frustrating for me. I lost half of my day doing all this just shit stuff that I don't even like. I'm just trying to get back to even. You know what it's like? It's like, why are we in Iran anyway? The Strait of Hormuz. All we want to do is get back to where we were before, allowing ships to come and go, right?
I would like to define losing half your day, because it sounds like this started about 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago.
Well, no, it actually started earlier today. I got locked out of LastPass because it was like too many attempts. I'm like, shit. Like, okay, well, I guess I set a parameter that said if I try more than 6 times, then you have to wait 24 hours. I'm like,
you mean for the master password?
Right. So I don't remember my master password. So when I went onto this other, that's how it all started today, actually. I started this other computer. I couldn't get into my email, and then I went in. I clicked on LastPass, and it said, "We need your master password." I'm like, okay, well, that's simple. Blah 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 blah. Put it in there. Like, nope, that's it. 5 chances remaining.
I mean, it's not password 1, 2, 3.
No, that wasn't it. So I entered it a couple more times, and I'm like, no, it's gonna lock me out soon because I think I remember selecting 6, and I got to wait a day. Like, okay, but fortunately I have this backup thing called Google's Passkey. And so when you go to enter into a site and it says you need your password, do you have like a duplicate thing? Like Google helps you.
Yeah. I've got LastPass plus it's saved into my Google.
Same. They fight each other sometimes.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm like, I got to get behind this one. I don't want that one. I want this one. And then sometimes if I don't update it and I say, yes, I'll accept that one, it's the wrong one. So I'm like, fuck. Okay. Next time I'm just going to save it so that it's correct on both LastPass and Google. However, in this particular case, my master password for LastPass is not on LastPass because that would be a little odd, right?
That would be, exactly.
So that was a little anti-meta. So I couldn't then get into LastPass. So I entered it another time and I'm like, fuck, now I got 2 chances remaining. This isn't going to be good. So I'm like, all right. And then I sent, okay. So then I go to ChatGPT, another piece of fucking technology. And I'm like, I got 2 chances remaining to get into LastPass. How do I guess? And then it says, okay, well, here's what you can do. Instead of going that route, go into try another method. Right. Try another method. Right. I'm like, okay, cool. So forgot passcode. Okay, cool. Forgot passcode. Now you have 2 options. You have reset password, in which case you need the master passcode in order to do that. I'm like, that defeats the purpose. And the other thing is send me a hint. Like,
okay.
All right. Send me a hint. I know I set that up properly. So I click the send me a hint
Mhm.
and it gives me my hint. And then I'm like, oh, right. So obvious. I completely forgot I changed the password and I need that hint. I go in there. I have 2 attempts remaining. Type in the first time, hit enter. You have 1 attempt remaining before we lock you out. I'm like, no, wait, I gave myself the hint. Maybe I just mistyped it. And then I slowly typed the password in.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, your account has been disabled for the next 24 hours. No, it says your account has been disabled. Try again later. I'm like, fuck. So never was able to get in on my laptop into my Gmail program. I go back to Google thinking that's got it because I have 4 Gmail accounts. I have my
right.
DJ Doug, I have my Doug at Turnkey, I have Doug at Doug Sandler, and I have Doug at Mustang Podcast. I'm like, okay, I just need to get into the DJ Doug account so I can now, 10 minutes ago, check for voicemails. All right. So I'm in there. I'm typing it out. I'm typing the hint. Missed it. I'm locked out. I can't fucking get in to the account. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to forget the LastPass thing. I'm going to go into Google. Maybe there's a try another method in Google. And then I get the whole message. It's like, make sure I go to enable passkey on Google and it says, because I have an Apple, it says you've got to enable iCloud passwords or iCloud keychain. Like, okay. I hit enable. Spinning. And that's why I was late today, because it spun for 11 minutes, not doing anything. I'm like, how long does this fucking take to do it? Okay. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Talking Tech with Doug and
Strickland. Yeah.
Does anybody feel my frustration with this, with the passwords? Are we so vulnerable to attack that we've got to lock down everything tight?
Yeah. But unfortunately, that 100% is the case. I don't feel like all of these things are being too cautious. I mean, we had a former company of both of ours a couple years ago that they got hacked, right? Their bank account got hacked.
Their bank account got hacked. That's right. I forgot all about that. And what happened? They lost like a lot of money.
They lost, let's just say, deep into 6 figures. And you know why that happened? Now, banks obviously.
Password 1, 2, 3.
Well, banks obviously are very, very cautious, right? And so often, if you are going to, I mean, shit, I see this with Zelle all the time. Like, I'll go to Zelle something, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, are you sure that this is a real transaction? I'm like, yes. Is it really you? Yes, it's really me. Do you know this person? It's my own fucking account, okay? Yes, I know the fucking person, all right?
Before you do this, we're going to send you a text, and then they're going to call me, and then they're going to send me a cake in the mail.
Oh, my God, yes. All of that. Well, anyway, so at the time, this was, I don't know, 5 years ago maybe or something?
Yeah, right after COVID or something like that, maybe before COVID, so around that time.
I didn't get all of the details straight from the horse's mouth, but the big thing that I caught and the biggest reason that it happened is this company of ours, whenever you're doing a large transaction with a bank, large deposits, moving lots of money around, they will often, say, hey, we're going to text you to confirm. We're going to email you to confirm. We're going to, whatever it may be, right? Or they call. Like, this was a relatively small bank,
right?
And like, they're going to call and confirm. Well,
it was like the American Bank or something like that. I think it was something like that.
And I'm trying to protect them by not saying their name, but how many companies did we both used to previously work for, right? Like,
right. The same
anybody
company
that knows anything about our history knows exactly who it is. because they had so many regular large transactions, they specifically told the bank, look, you don't need to call us every time there's a transaction over 10,000,
Right.
50,000,
Whatever it was,
whatever
right.
dollar
Right,
amount
right,
they decided to put on it.
Right.
Right. And so these hackers had already gotten the bank information. Right.
So easy to get. You have anybody's check, you have their account number and their routing number right there, routing number right there.
Right. And somehow it already gotten passwords and stuff for the accounts. So they waited until Friday night and basically over the weekend made huge transactions, multiple huge transactions, to move almost all of this money out of the accounts. And the bank didn't get flagged specifically because Washington Town had said, you know what? You're calling us and bugging us too much.
If we didn't give the company name, we just did.
We just did. They said, you don't need to call us every time there's a $50,000 transaction or whatever, because we do it so often. And it fucking bent them over. Yeah.
And I don't believe that they recovered that money.
I heard that they recovered some, but
got it.
A relatively small percentage, I
Oh
think.
man.
Definitely less than 50%. Yeah.
Okay. So, Strick and I, we maintain regularly $300 in our bank account. That's pretty much what we do.
Pretty much it. Yeah. So like you can take it all and it ain't going to make that much of a difference.
It probably won't make much of a difference to us. Not that we are inviting anyone to come and steal money from us, but, and our password is not password 123, just so everybody is aware of that. But at the same time, we are in such a frenzy of cybersecurity, like layers right now. There are the antiquated, I wrote my password down and put it on my computer, to the biometric, and then the biometric plus two-factor authentication. It's like, can we just decide which way we're going to go? And then when we go to this new way, can we eliminate the old way? Because let's just do all biometric. Everybody put in a camera on your computer and then let the camera take your photo or whatever. You have it on your cell phone. It's not like we're protecting anything by putting a camera on our computer, which pretty much everybody has anyway. And when we're trying to log in, allow it to take our photos so that it can see that we're the person that we say that we are. I don't know why it can't be that simple. There's got to be multiple layers and multiple things. And
well,
frankly, I'm just tired of it.
Every app has their own level of, advancement and security.
Yeah.
And so not everybody is as caught up. I just got a thing. I don't know if you have this on your Apple. I just got a thing on my Droid when it updated. It said it can update the security. So if it detects that my phone has been stolen, right?
Right.
Now, obviously, I'm sure your phone locks, right, after 30 seconds of inactivity or whatever.
Abrupt movement or visual of a gun. What is it going to detect?
That's it. Like if your phone is in your pocket and gets taken out of your pocket, I'm guessing it's quite secure. Probably nobody can open it if they don't have the code, if they don't have their fingerprint, if they don't have their face. So who cares, right?
Right.
Well, this is trying to prevent if you are like on your phone or doing something, so it's unlocked already.
And somebody grabs it.
Somebody grabs it.
Wow.
And like if they just keep touching it while it's unlocked, they can do fucking anything basically.
That is very true. Very true.
So that is what this new security update does. It basically says if we detect that while the phone is unlocked, it seems to have been snatched from you. And like it starts running down the hall, like it will lock it automatically for you, which I think is pretty fucking clever.
That is really clever. I guess there has been a proliferation of snatch and run or grab and run or something like that. Oh my God.
Snatch and grab.
It is crazy what it is, what we have come to in the world of passwords. And then I'm getting on Google. I don't know if you go onto Google and you go to or Chrome. I'm going to my password manager in Chrome just for a quick second here. And where is how many passwords? 500 and
oh my God, I don't even want to look at mine to know. Yeah, but now I got to look, right?
Yeah, just look.
You're right. I'm sure I can't even imagine how many passwords I have saved.
I have 540 passwords. Now
Crazy.
that I'm assuming is over a long period of time, and so that
Oh yeah.
I mean, since I've been using Google Chrome, I guess, but I can't imagine 540 passwords. The other thing that's really cool. How many do you have? Are you looking yet?
Well, now this is interesting. So I'm looking at Password Manager, and it says sites and apps, right? 51.
Well, wait,
That's not
autofill
so
and
bad.
passwords. If you go to Google,
Okay.
if you open your browser and then at the top or wherever it is that you can
Mhm.
check your resources, autofill and passwords. Is that what you're looking?
Well, I'm looking at there's a password manager, like
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Only 70 something, what'd you say?
51. That's
doesn't-
pretty fucking
that-
good, I think.
That is
Actually,
really good. How do I have 540 of them? And then
That's
I look at my
crazy.
my
I would
credit
think
cards.
I was close to that. I would think I was at least hundreds somewhere.
Maybe you told me about this. I can't remember where I found out about the wallet. No, I think you told me because
The
I would think I
Google
was in
Wallet?
Austin when you were said something, and I
Probably.
used my Google Wallet when I was in Italy, but I started really using it over the last month or so. It's the best thing ever. You
Mhm.
literally, I mean, everybody's got the tap and pay now.
Yeah.
So you just you just go to the store and you put your phone right on top of their little credit card thing and you double click and you select which credit card you want it to be put on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's
pretty
easier
handy.
than ever to spend a lot of money these days.
I know, right? They make it so goddamn easy.
Yeah, they make it pretty easy.
So you sent
Anyhow.
me a text earlier today, by the way. Welcome back. Welcome back. My name's Strickland
Mm.
Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler.
What was
And
my text?
you sent me a pic earlier, a text that you were opening your
Oh,
last
Yeah.
bag of Bucky's beaver nuggets.
I saved the best sweetness for last. Now I have
Mhm.
two favorites. Favorite number one is in the traditional I guess salty salt what is it? Salty? What would be the
Salty
cheddar
category?
cheese and whatever that one though? Like it's almost like the Bucky the nuggets that are cheddar cheese and puff, right?
Yeah,
don't
I
know
would
what
say
it is.
that fits in the category of the salty, savory. Oh, but the ones you sent me, sea salted caramel.
Yes. Oh my god.
Because you
So-
get the combo of the salty and the sweet and
yeah, so I saved my favorites for last. I may have waited a minute or two too long because they have a little bit of not stale, but they're not quite as fresh as they were.
Oh, really?
Like Bucky's fresh right out of the
That's
out of the bag of the.
surprising because the bag obviously is sealed up, right?
Yeah, the bag was. I just opened it.
And you were here a month and a half ago.
Yeah, maybe it's just the texture of that particular flavor or variety of them.
Maybe.
But it is by far my favorite, and I cannot stop. I literally had to take the bag out of my office because I'm like, I've got to put that somewhere else because if I have it right, just one
I just
at a
looked
time.
at the picture and I'm like, fuck, I kind of wish I had a Bucky's near me. God damn, sounds good. We were going to, when I got you your goodie bag, your welcoming basket of many Bucky's accoutrements, you said, hey, we're going to have to eat a bunch of these because I won't have room in my bag for a lot of them. And we didn't. And I did not get any beaver nuggets for myself at all because I'm trying to eat more healthy. And
don't do that.
Oh God, I really would like to have one right now.
Hey, is Cookie playing with the plant behind you or something?
I know. I was just
else?
looking at that. I think Cookie was actually probably asleep and was like tweaking the ear. I think her ear was
hitting the little leaf of the plant.
right. I was noticing the same thing.
Kept seeing the leaf move, and I'm like, "There's nothing above that plant to make it do that." But I see Cookie below it, so maybe Cookie's paw is bumping up against it.
Yeah, Cookie's ear was.
Yeah. So I am. I've just opened up the last bag of beaver nuggets, and I am. I'm actually not upset that I'm opening because they are so not good for you. But at the same time, I try to stretch them out as long as I possibly can.
They're so processed. I mean, they're bad. I've been eating really good, like not having much sugar and sweet stuff in the house.
Yep.
Because I'm totally like, if it's in the house, I'm gonna fucking eat it. Period. End of conversation. And if I don't buy it, like occasionally I'll be like, "God, I really want like a little bit of ice cream," and I'll run to the gas station or something. But I don't know. I gotta want it pretty bad to actually make a special trip and go do that.
Yeah, if it's in your house, much easier to have access to it than if you actually have to take a trip out of your house. Now, unfortunately, I've been doing some shopping at a local grocery store as opposed to Trader Joe's recently, just because Trader Joe's is 25 minutes away and it's a little extra hassle. So we haven't gone there as often as I used to go there a year ago, let's say. So Vaughn's, which is the local grocery store, kind of like the Giant or maybe even a small version of HEB in Texas, they oftentimes will run these great sales on either Baskin Robbins ice cream in a pint or Ben and Jerry's. And when you can get a pint of Ben and Jerry's for $3 as opposed to $6.50, which is what it normally is here, I'm like, so last time I was there, I did pick up 4 pints. Four pints of now. How many? You might know the answer to this because I know you work a little bit more in the kitchen. At least you probably spend more time in the kitchen than I do preparing anything because JJ makes all the food here because she's so much better a cook than I am. How many ounces are in a pint?
Ooh, good question.
Let me look that up.
Is it? I know a cup is
okay. I got the
8
answer.
ounces.
All right. So there are 16 fluid ounces in a pint.
Oh, interesting.
And when you get a pint of Ben and Jerry's ice cream,
so it's like 2 cups basically because it's 8 ounces in a cup.
Right. So
okay.
Exactly. So it's 16 ounces in a pint. Ben and Jerry's is sold by the pint. Baskin Robbins is sold by the 12 ounces.
Oh,
however,
interesting. However,
their pint, the Ben and Jerry's pint, is almost the same exact size as the 12-ounce serving from Baskin Robbins. They just put
visually,
right.
Looks like it's the same size. That's tricking your eyes to make you think.
Correct. So when you look at the Baskin Robbins ice cream, which is $3, and you look at the Ben and Jerry's, which is $6, sometimes you think, well, they're the same size, so of course I'm going to get. And then you bring it home and you start eating it. I'm like, did I just eat that entire pint of ice cream? Well, no.
You're not comparing apples to apples.
Just ate 12 ounces of it, which probably still isn't good. Or I usually can do the Baskin Robbins in 2 sittings. Ben and Jerry's, it takes me a little bit more. And it's also, the other thing I notice is it's sold, I don't know if it's sold by weight or volume because they fluff that fucking ice cream up in Baskin Robbins, and it's you put it on a spoon. I mean, you feel it. It doesn't feel the same. It's like it's lighter and fluffier.
Now that is a excellent question, I think, that I'm going to ask ChatGPT. Is ice cream sold by weight or volume?
Oh, that's a good one. Good one.
Because that's a big difference.
So Ben and Jerry's primarily sells ice cream in 3 container sizes: the mini cups, which are 4 ounces, the standard pints, which are 16 ounces, and the larger Scoopapalooza, which is 28 ounces. I forget that Scoopapalooza. Standard pints are 16 ounces. So I'm now going to do Baskin Robbins sizes. Okay. Baskin Robbins. No, not in the grocery store.
Dude, no, this is it exactly. Like, ice cream is generally sold by volume, not weight. But here's the wrinkle: 2 pints of ice cream can weigh very different amounts. During manufacturing, air is whipped into the mixture. So a dense premium ice cream, 16 ounces like a pint, would be 14 to 16 ounces by weight. But typical ice cream 10 to 13, very airy 8 to 10 ounces.
Yeah. Okay.
You could basically be getting half as much ice cream in a pint. And it said, do we want to compare to, let's say, Baskin Robbins?
I just want to make a slight correction in what I said. I said 12 ounces for Baskin Robbins, 16 ounces for Ben and Jerry's. It's actually 14 ounces for Baskin Robbins, but it's 14 fluid ounces. The container is slightly smaller, but the what's in there is much less because it is so fluffed up.
Interesting.
Okay, anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, that is super interesting. So 1 pint of Baskin Robbins and 1 pint of Ben and Jerry's, the Ben and Jerry's pint would generally weigh noticeably more.
Yes, correct. If I went right now into my freezer, I have an unopened Baskin Robbins and I have an unopened Ben and Jerry's. I'm telling you, it feels like it's a pound difference.
Wow, that's interesting.
But it is.
What do I get? Breyers compare.
Now, so Breyers has a slow churn, which I wonder if that is a denser. What's the most dense version of Breyers? Oh, most dense.
Breyers is lighter and more aerated and closer to Baskin Robbins in density. Okay, this is really funny because it made me think about. I was going to say that. Interesting. Do you look at the calorie count? Like you don't fucking worry about that at all, right? Because what I was going to point out, and you've made an excellent, this is how you can lie with data. Okay. Because I go to the store and I'll look at, the calories in a serving.
Never.
Right. And we can say a serving comparing apples to apples, like 1/3 of a cup or 2/3 of a cup or whatever.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
And I really like Breyers natural vanilla.
Yeah.
Okay. And compared to Bluebell, which is the big one here in Texas, everybody loves Bluebell, right?
Yep.
Bluebell is, depending on the flavor, around 240 to 250 calories per serving. Where Breyers is 170. So the Breyers, which I think is delicious and is in no way called low fat or low calorie, right?
Right.
Is 1/3 fewer calories. Now, if you compare to Ben and Jerry's, or let's say what's the really fucking expensive, the foo-foo one?
A Haagen-Dazs or one of those?
Yeah, like a Haagen-Dazs, right?
Okay.
Those can be 300 to 370 or more calories per. So on the one hand, I'm thinking to myself, oh shit, I can get Breyers, which I like more and has many fewer calories, but it's probably because there's so much more air. In other words,
but the question is though, do you eat right? Do you eat
I'm going to eat more Breyers because by weight, which is really what you're eating, you're not eating the fucking air. It shouldn't be by volume. It should be by weight. Maybe I'm eating just as much by volume. Ben and
Well, do
Jerry's
you ever
has
notice when you
yards in it.
put do you usually buy pints of ice cream or half gallons?
I usually do Breyers half gallons.
Half gallons.
Because the fucking Ben and Jerry's pints are so fucking expensive.
Well, that's again why I look. Let's go back to why I originally brought this up. I only buy the sales. If it's a sale ice cream, I'll buy it, almost regardless of what the brand is. I don't really care about the brand, but I did notice in this last go round, because they were both around $3 a pint. I was thinking, but it's really 14 ounces for Baskin Robbins, and it's really 14 ounces of fluffed up fucking air ice cream.
Right. So you're literally, you know what? You should grab a scale and see what the difference in weight between your Ben and Jerry's 16 and your Baskin Robbins 14. Baskin Robbins is probably fucking half.
I bet you're right. But so when I go to eat the Baskin Robbins, I literally am eating probably half or more than half of the container, where the Ben and Jerry's I'm eating significantly less. So I have more trips to the freezer with almost the same pint. And by the way, I never, ever, ever shop calories. I never buy on calories.
Yeah.
Never.
Well, you don't need to. You don't need to
I simply, but I was going to say this earlier. If you look back to photos of you and me, 5 or 10 years ago, or even when we were both with the agency, you have a whole different look. Your face was so much rounder back then. I mean, still the same lovable Strickland. There was just more Strickland to love.
Let's see. I have, the weight that I'm at now, I'm around 190, and I've been here for probably close to 10 years, but for the 15 years before that, I was like, I'm trying to think of when, like before I got, I never weighed myself that much when I was married.
I
But
think I remember
bottom
you
line
saying
is,
around 205, or I forget what that magic weight for you, where you're just like, I just don't feel good.
no, I was at 225,
Oh my
230 for a
God.
while.
Wow.
But it was one of these things where it's just like a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, it just
Yeah.
kind of, and
Yeah.
I was not really paying attention and didn't notice. And I was staying active all the time. And then one day I realized, I'm like, fuck, like I just don't feel that good anymore. And so over the course
Right.
of probably a year, I think I dropped maybe 20 of the pounds. So I'm at like 205 and I'm like, okay, this is really good. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do even more. And so over the next year, I probably dropped another 15 or so. And I've been between 185 and 195 for the last probably 10 years. And it makes a huge difference. But you're right. I didn't notice that I was putting on. Like you look at Robert and, he would go anywhere from 200 to 300. And,
Yeah.
it's
That's a
huge. You
huge,
can really
huge.
see the difference.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel it, but you're right. I look at pictures and I'm like, oh shit. Like I was definitely, it came on slowly, but I was much worse. And now the way my body is, if I get to 195,
Yep.
like I feel different. Like I'm really like I want to take it back off, which is great because I didn't have that warning before.
I haven't lost weight. I don't gain weight. I just kind of, I have gained like a pound or two, then I lose a pound or two. Like I went to Italy and I think I might have gained 3 pounds. And I think 2 days later, I'm like back to my normal weight.
Dude, it's so crazy. And for those of you who don't know, Doug is, what are you, 6'4"?
I'm 6'4" and about 170, maybe 175, maybe. So I'm a tall drink of water. And I go to the gym. I'm fit. I go to the gym. I work out. I never put on. Oh, that's another thing we're going to talk about today. I went to the what's it called? The functional medicine doctor to kind of get
Okay.
a check of a whole bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
just making sure that everything's good. And I have a blood test to do it and everything. He's like, look, dude, you just continue living the life that you're living. Most guys that are your age have this big old pot belly and their aches and pains. I said, I'm feeling like some aches and pains. I mean, he goes, that's kind of normal. He really wanted me to increase my protein intake and my creatine intake, and he wanted me to do so. I went online and I bought a bunch of stuff that he recommended for supplements. I'm going to see if I can. Do you ever keep track of your protein intake?
Okay, well let me just back up for a minute because I want to clarify when you say like you work out and you stay active. If I remember correctly, for many years you didn't.
That is
right?
correct.
But you were still 170 pounds at 6'4".
Right, same thing. So I haven't gained a pound. I maybe have toned up a little bit and feel a little bit more in shape. But some of the things that are age related, like when I had my what's it called, the shoulder
thing. Yeah.
What was that? What's that called? The rotator cuff. When I had my rotator cuff issue, and it took me 2 fucking years for that to work itself out, and I couldn't lift my arm above my head, and finally it's feeling good. Now it's on the other arm. My what's it called? The tennis elbow tendonitis.
Okay.
I can't do anything with my right arm without it being super sore right at the elbow on top where my my forearm is. And I feel like, okay, well, I'll just wait this one out too. Now I still work out, but I work out differently. I work out, with an idea of I have this injury that I just have to kind of nurture, but I don't want surgery. I'm not looking for any of that. No way. But I feel a little bit more toned, but you're right. I didn't work out. I really started working out more regularly in 2018 when I moved here to California, and I got a little bit more time back in my life. But I same weight, just a little bit more tone, about 170, 175 pounds consistently for most of my adult life.
Yeah, and I'm hanging 185 to 195, which I have been for a long time, but I got to work at it. right? For a long time, I ate one meal a day. Like I kind of trained my body for that.
Yeah.
So I would,
Yeah.
get up and like I'd have a light snack around lunchtime, and then I would have a big dinner. Now lately I've been
hungry.
working out for the last month or so with
Oh
this
yeah, you
trainer
and
thing.
Vera are doing the
and I-
trainer. What's that trainer
Yeah.
called? What's
It's
the
called Get Age Fit.
right,
It's a gym where
Age
you're
Fit.
not allowed to go if you're under 40. Like it's a bunch of old fuckers. And it's great because there's no like gym bros and shit there. Right.
Right.
But it's this specific thing where it's like, I got to look up the book, but I haven't actually read the book, but I might get it. It's this guy that came up with this plan where you do a certain amount of weight, right? Like let's take a sample exercise. It's a typical like 3 days a week. Like you do one day of legs and one day with like shoulders and backs and one day of like arms and shit.
I typed into Google "Get Age Fit" and it says personal training gym in Georgetown, Texas. I mean, it is specifically this one guy that created this program.
Yeah. It's not like a franchise or anything,
Right.
but he did it based on this book that was a big book nationally. I mean, they kind of sort of structured around that.
Who are
But
you working with? Are you working with James Peterson or Maria Ariellano or Dr. Robert Dolan? Who are you working with?
Theo, who's the owner, is the guy, like we see him there regularly and we talk to him. And
see if
he's
I
the
can
guy that
find
kind of sold
Theo.
us. And Jalen is our trainer. I don't know if his picture's up there or not.
I don't
Jaylen.
see. I see Travis. I don't see your guy. Hold on, founder. Let me see who the founder is.
Yeah,
Theo. I see
is the
Theo.
founder, yeah.
Yep. He
Yeah,
was a
he's 73.
bodybuilder.
He's 73.
Wow, he's looking good for 73.
Yeah. So you do this thing where you do a weight and you do 12 reps, right? And you're supposed to pick a weight where it's like after 12 reps, like you're like, okay, that was a little bit of work, right?
Right.
And
right.
then like you wait 2 minutes and then you do a heavier weight for 10 reps. And then
Right.
you do a heavier weight that you do for 6 reps. And then you do the last one, you do the heaviest weight and you do 6 reps. And by the end of that, you're supposed to be like, oh my God, I can't do anymore.
Muscle failure, right.
Right.
Get the failure.
And then you go to the next exercise and do the same thing. But there's something about the building, and also when you do it, instead of doing like quickly, you do like you go up with the weight and you hold and you go back slowly, and you go up and you hold and you go back slowly. And that's the whole thing about how it works the metabolism the right way. And it's been really good. I mean, I feel really good.
Well,
I can definitely feel the difference with it.
That version of weight training is, from my understanding, I know very little bit about weight training, but I do remember when I had a trainer, George, this is years ago, he said, are you looking for bulk or are you looking to stay toned? And I said, I'm not looking for bulk. I just get me toned. So the bulk version is what you're doing. It's when you do you do the 12 and then you do the 10 and then you do the 8 and then you do the 6 or whatever. It's build to the point of failure, but do it in increased quantities within your reps. So I don't know anything about it, but I just remember that's what somebody told me. If you want to get bigger, you do it the way that you're doing it right now.
Well, my understanding, and it seems to be working so far, is that this method is specifically for overall health, getting in shape, not specifically for getting bigger. Like you might get bigger, but it is focused on that.
Like I said,
so you mentioned that they have a dietitian there, right? And so we went over stuff with her, and they talked about protein. Like we should track our protein. We should get a lot more protein, which I've been trying to do. We got protein shake I'll have for breakfast in the morning, and then things like hummus. I've been eating hummus more, which I always enjoyed, but there's more
protein? A lot of protein in that. Okay.
Almond butter, which I also enjoy. There's a good amount of but been trying to focus on when we're eating stuff, really cranking up the protein. Now we've always done very little sugar, very little processed food, at least since I've been with Vera, because she's just great with that stuff and she's a great cook. And, we have very little processed food in the house and we eat out very infrequently. So we always did that. But even narrowing even more, it is like healthy stuff, fresh made and focusing on more protein.
What is the do you have a target for protein, or it's just
I
get
think it's
more
supposed
protein?
to be like 120 grams a day or something.
Oh, that's
like
a
that.
lot. Okay.
100
Well,
grams a
yeah,
day.
good.
I
Well,
I don't remember.
I feel better now knowing that I'm trying to jam in 90 and struggling to try to figure out where am I getting these 90 grams of protein. And JJ's like, well, you have a shake in the morning, like you know, you have your coffee, you put some collagen in it. That'll give you a few grams of protein. Then you have your shake in about an hour or two after that. That'll give you another 20. Then you follow it up with the 3 eggs a little bit later in the day, like maybe that's your lunch, and that'll give you X amount more protein. Then have another shake so I'm looking at like the shake that I get, which is a really good one. I can't remember the name of it, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like a fudge brownie, and I make it with ice, so it turns into a milkshake.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. The second one that I have during the course of the day, if I'm using that same milkshake style, because I don't put any milk in it, but I do put the ice in it, which makes it feel like it's a milkshake. Second one, I'm like, man, I'm so full by the time I'm done. And then I'm supposed to have dinner later on. So I'm like, I'm just shooting for 90 grams of protein through the course of the day. But I'm struggling to get like 70 in there. And so this functional medicine guy, he's like, yeah, Dr. Grillin's like, yeah, you need 90. And I'm like, oh, if you want to maintain, so the other thing is more protein in your diet will help you create more, what's our hormone? Testosterone.
Oh, interesting.
So protein and creatine, I guess, according to him, will help you create more testosterone. He doesn't want to put me on bioidentical hormones. He wants me to get it naturally.
Mm-hmm.
And he says there's yes, I could put you on bioidentical hormones, and yes, we could get you more testosterone, but there are side effects to more testosterone that you probably aren't needing right now in this portion of your life that you could get naturally, and you won't have the side effects. Like, okay, so he's like, you have to do 90 grams of protein. I'm like,
well, why don't you mix it up? Because I totally get that. Like when I do a protein shake in the morning, I don't feel like doing one in the afternoon again. I want something different. But like almond butter, you should ask him what different things are really healthy.
There are plenty of other supplements. Like I could have instead of doing the protein shake, I could do a protein drink that is a clear liquid that doesn't have the same heaviness as
we got the same thing. And I haven't been drinking them.
Right. It's like
23 grams of protein and it looks like a fucking glass of water. It's like, wow,
right. I'm like, I like water. I like water. I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just have to, maybe I just got to get my head around changing my eating pattern so that I get more protein. Instead of 2 eggs, have 3. Instead of 4 ounces or 6 ounces of protein, maybe do 8 for dinner. Maybe have less carbs instead of doing a potato, more protein rich.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck, you know what? I just want to eat. I have never focused on what I put in my body as it relates to like calorie count or protein count or carb count. I do stay away from processed as much as possible, and I definitely stay away from dairy as much as I can because I'm lactose intolerant. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I can't put this much fucking I don't want to think about how much protein is going in. I just want to eat what I want to eat. It's like, well,
the clear drink is definitely a good way to do it because you're going to drink water anyway.
Right.
And I'm a big believer in that, your body wants whatever it's used to, right? So when I started doing the 1 meal a day thing, I was like, God, this is going to be really hard. And it was, for me at least, I don't want to like downplay anybody else that struggles with this. But when I started doing it, within a week, I was like, okay, this is no big deal. Like
my body, a 401k.
Adjusted to it quickly. But I also know that for a long time, I would do like ice cream before bed, or like I would do dinner.
Yeah, that's bad.
And then probably like
really
9 o'clock, 9:30, I would get a bowl of ice cream. And this was years ago. But then when I stopped, I tried to stop doing that. I'm like, oh my God, I fucking want something sweet. And I want some. And it was the same time every night because that's what my body
Yeah,
was
your body
used
got
to.
your body's like calling out for the, hey, remember Strick? You normally have about a pint of ice cream right about now.
Right.
There's
And like
1,000 calories for you.
pizza and burgers.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then after a while, it's like you train your body that you don't want or need that. And it's easier to, but it just takes time. So I think you just need to move the opposite
I
direction.
think you're right.
A little bit at a time. You got to get your body used to taking in more.
Yep.
And, you know,
Yep. You're right.
you'll get used to it.
You're right. Right after dinner, it's like my body craves like a piece of chocolate. I've just trained my
Mhm.
body so much that just a little sugar after your meal is just what you're looking for. I'm like, no, just stay out of the chocolate. Don't even have chocolate in the house. Hey, those Dove chocolates are on sale.
That's oh man, when I see that shit on sale, I'm like, if I buy it, I'm just gonna eat it.
I
Well, why
know.
else would you buy it if you didn't want to eat it? No, of course I fucking want to eat it, but if it's not in the house, I won't eat it. That's the
Ugh,
difference.
God. And not to confuse our nice guy community, but yes, I was the same guy that just said I'm lactose intolerant, and I did just buy those 4 pints of ice cream.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, because I can have lactose in moderation. It's fine. My body's okay. And it is okay for a little while until my body realizes, hey, we haven't stopped up your whole shitting system for a while. Let's throw some extra lactose into your diet. Yeah.
Okay,
I do all
so
that.
you went to a function doctor, and he's going to do like tons of massive tests and see all the details.
Not tons of massive tests, but I really wanted to find out from a non-traditional, because I don't want prescriptions. I'm not looking to go on any prescriptions. So I'm like, okay, what do I need? What does my body need more of? And he, through his testing, and I have got to get these blood tests done too, and which I'm going to in the next week. I have an appointment with Quest Diagnostic. But he's like, let's see what your body needs from a blood and urinalysis standpoint. What I am seeing is that your body needs more protein and creatine and electrolytes. So he recommended a few different things that I should think about doing. He's not a supplement pusher at all. He just said, this is what we need, I think, to get into your system. However you do it is fine. So I looked at a few different powders and stuff that I've been taking, and they have other options for other ways to get electrolytes, creatine, and more protein in my diet. So and by the way, I think that Erica left a message for us. I think we played it last week, though. There's no voicemails in there this week.
Yeah, I found no voicemails this week. We did get a long message from Erica last week.
I think there was one from Erica. Oh, no, I know what it was. Erica sent me a text message. That's what it was. She heard the show. She didn't want to share some of the stuff that was in there with everybody. She just wanted to share it with me because she used some personal examples, and I totally respect that. But she said, here are some things that you could try, and I appreciate her leaving that for me in a text message, at least. So
Well,
at least I have the wisdom.
Yeah, I think we might have talked about this last week. Did I? Because I signed up for this function stuff. It's actually called Function.
Yeah.
And so twice a year they do like tons of blood tests, basically, and then they just do this deep dive diagnostic on the blood tests and have a doctor look at it and tell you what's good and what's bad and what's in between. And it was generally really good. Like there's a couple of heart things that I need to focus on, but it was very informative. It's like very detailed of very specific things. It's like, this is good and this is not so good. And this is kind of in between. And yeah.
Right. Yeah. You get the scales. Like I did my last blood work in 2024 in November. So it's time. It's been a couple of years. So it's time for me to do a little bit more. The company that I worked with, and we don't have any affiliate relationship with them, so I'm not promoting this because we're making any money from it. Clean Simple Eats. CleanSimpleEats.com, I think, is the let me just double check that. Hold on. Let's make sure we're giving our community the right information. Let me get Google open here.
And that's spelled Ben and ampersand Jerry's. benandjerrys.com. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no affiliate, no relationship, no sponsorship. Clean Simple Eats. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's just clean. Why the hell is my, oh God, my Everybody is listening right now. Literally everybody is listening. Let me get out of my fucking text messages. God damn it. I was clicked on Clean Simple Eats, and then I clicked in the little thing to copy the website, and it started recording like every word, like I was going to send a text message back to them. Anyway, it's called cleansimpleeats.com. I bought some of their protein powder. I got some of their clear protein powder. I got their variety pack. The one that I normally get is the chocolate brownie batter. It's so fucking good. It literally tastes like it's a milkshake without any lactose in it. It's very good.
The joke that I like to retell more than just about any other joke I can think of, and I have to give credit where credit is due. This is a Tennessee Tim joke. Talking about what you just said about your phone recording. I said, "Hey, what do you want to do tonight?" And she said to me, "Why are you whispering?" And I said, "Because they're listening." And then I laughed, and then she laughed, and then Alexa laughed. So fucking true. Funny because it's true.
We've talked about this before, but you'll talk about something like, I haven't clicked on anything. I haven't done anything. And I guarantee you, if I go now to my Facebook, what's it called? The feed. If I go to my Facebook feed, there will be like 3 varieties of protein powders that are going to be recommended to me.
Okay, now here's one. I was going to say, let's do an experiment. And this is going to be stupid experiment because I know exactly how it's going to turn out.
Tell me.
Like if I say something completely random, like outside of anything I have any interest in, like, "Hey, Doug, did I tell you about the accident that I got into? It was a car accident and I feel like I might have some injuries from it." Like that shit right there. Like those guys pay like $50 a click.
I know.
It's the highest, most expensive shit out there. And I'm going to start getting ads for ambulance chasers now.
Yeah, you're going to get the all of the attorneys that are looking for their personal injury clients through social media. Well, anyway, this is a little bit easier. Oh, did I also tell you? And we need to just briefly talk about this, and then we're going to check the temperature with Tennessee Tim because I don't want to step on Tim's toes here. But I was approached by a coffee manufacturer, coffee roaster, to promote their products because they have a lot of podcasts and they pay an affiliate commission. So I said, let me check with my co-host, also my partner Strickland. But if I'm going to do it, you're going to need to send both of us the samples of your coffee.
Hell yeah!
So you have coming to you probably maybe a pound of coffee, and I think that they're going to do it in whole bean for you, in French press grind for me, so that I can try it out. And I think that they're going to also do a couple different varieties for you, just so you have a sampling. Because I know that fucking coffee machine, which is ridiculous,
right?
At your house. It's not just the coffee machine, but it's also the steamer that you have, or whatever that is, the fluffer. Dude, what do you have?
I know we talked about this when I first got it, but it's been at least a year and a half since I got it. And the problem is I can't remember the name of the. Hey, love, what's the name of our coffee maker? It's this company that's been around in Europe for years.
Yep.
I think it's a German company, and they opened us in they started not like a brick and mortar store in the U.S. But they started selling in the U.S. and they sold in the U.S. for like 6 or 8 or 9 months or something. And apparently then they don't anymore. Like I think you can order one from Europe, but like they're not advertising specifically to. What is it? Chibo?
Spell it.
TCHIBO. Thanks, love.
TCHIBO. Okay, I just put it in there. All right. Chibo coffee. Hold on, let's find it. TCHIBO. Okay, I got it. They have all these machines that they have. Let me take a look and see.
And Chibo is not a sponsor, but I'd love to have them as a sponsor. But if they're not selling in the U.S., they're probably not that interested anymore.
Oh, yeah, this Chibo store is closed.
In the US store is closed, right? Like there was a
Yeah, it says
window of,
it's
I don't know,
closed.
8 months, 9 months, maybe they were open and we bought in there because somehow we got the recommendation from somewhere right before they opened in the US. Anyway, I've always been like a fucking $20 Mr. Coffee, right? I will make a whole pot and then I'll have, 1 cup hot. I put the rest in the fridge and I would
Right.
drink it for the next couple days.
Right.
And Vera and Amanda, my daughter, were like, can we get a real coffee maker? And I'm like, look, you show me that it's going to be fucking better coffee. Like if we're not like grinding it and pressing it and doing the whole espresso machine fucking hard work bullshit, is it
Right.
really going to be that much better? So we found this Chibo machine. And the way the Chibo machine works is it basically, you say, I want an espresso, I want a double espresso, I want a coffee, right? Whatever. And it, inside the machine, it grinds fresh, it presses, and it heats the water and it puts the right amount of water through, right? So even the expensive espresso machines, like if there was a cheap one for $400 or $500 or $600, I would still be like, I'm not paying that much when I have to measure it out and put it in the grinder, hit the button, fucking press it myself. No, I don't want that manual shit. Okay. I want to hit a button and have fucking coffee.
And I
okay?
want it to be good. I don't want to just do the Keurig.
And that was the difference.
No offense to Keurig, but it's just fucking pressurized coffee blower.
Right. So this Chibo, it was at the time, I think it was like $300, $350, which I'm like, you know what? That's way more than my $20 Mr. Coffee.
$20 Mr. Coffee, right?
But it is press a button and it does all of the fresh, good shit for you. And with it, we got like for half price, we got this frother.
I'm testifying.
Right? So, and with the fancy espresso machines and it's got the little arm and you push the button and it steams and all that shit.
Right.
Okay. We have, as Doug can attest to, we have the frother and it's a little portable, basically you put into a little mug container thing, however much creamer you want to do, right? And you can put whatever you want in. You pop the top on, you hit a button, and it froths for you automatically. So if you've got cooled creamer or milk or whatever, not only does it heat it up, but it froths it like a fucking frother.
It is a game changer. The coffee alone is fucking ridiculously good.
Yeah.
You add that component, that level, you're up leveling your coffee. Yeah. It's crazy good. I'm so excited for you to get this coffee or any coffee for that matter. Get that coffee and put it through the coffee maker and then froth it on top of that. Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
And it is a fucking 100% game changer. I was convinced, and I'm telling you, so we spent probably $400 on the whole thing, the coffee maker and the frother, and it is worth every fucking penny. It's so goddamn good.
I couldn't believe it. I felt like, where am I? Am I in like a barista's house? It was great. And it was so simple too. And it was even simpler than a Mr. Coffee.
Right. It was, right. Like with a Mr. Coffee, you still need
deal
to
with the filters
measure it and the filter and figure out how much you're supposed to put in and how much water you're supposed to put in and shit, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. What happens to so after it grinds the beans, where does it, I never saw any of that. It's just an enclosed machine. What happens next?
This thing is so fucking easy. Okay. So it grinds and presses, right? And then when it's done, it takes the grinds and it automatically dumps them into a little container that's inside the machine.
Yeah.
And so every, I don't know, maybe 6 or 8 or 10 cups or so, a little thing lights up and it says, hey, you got to empty it out. We pull the container out and we see like all of the grounds and you can see the shape and the press, like it grinds and fucking presses each one. And then it dumps it down into this thing and we just clean it out. Good. We dump it and it's fucking brilliant. Chibo. Yeah. I bet you could probably order one if we're in the US, you can probably order one from Europe. I don't know if they can do the 120 volt, but it's so fucking good.
I would have to assume that there are Chibo alike. I'm not saying that
Yeah,
Chibo
I wouldn't
isn't
be
the shit.
surprised.
It is the shit. It really is. Anybody else is an imitation as far as I'm concerned. But if they're sold out or you can't get them anymore
Can't get
because
them in
they've
the
stopped
US. Yeah.
selling in the US, maybe it's time to look. I love my French press. It's so simple. I love it for a couple reasons. One, there's no extra counter space that I need. I'm done with the French press. I put it back in the cabinet. But your coffee is it's a game changer. It really is. And I really like good coffee. I like good coffee. Now, for me, good coffee used to equate to Dunkin' Donuts grind, a blend, and I really like their midnight roast, which is a dark roast. So normally what I'm doing is I'm getting dark roast. I found this other company. It's called City Bean. I think it's just
Okay.
City. Hold on, let me see what citybean.com. I think it is citybean.com. Let's just double. Yeah, City Bean Roasters. They're in LA, and I buy their OG uh, bean, which is it's just such a smooth bean. Oh my God. I don't know why I'm talking so much about coffee. I'm jonesing right now for a cup of coffee. I'm literally going to have a cup of coffee before I have dinner tonight.
Well, now I'm going into ChatGPT now because I'm dying to know. I love my Chibo coffee maker. Are there any machines sold in the US that work like this where measuring, grinding, and pressing are all done automatically? Because I'm fucking lazy and I didn't add because I'm fucking lazy and don't want to do the work. Yes, the category you want is called fully automatic or super automatic bean 2-cup coffee machine. Okay.
All right.
Oh, interesting. Right. If what you love about the Chibo is the simplicity rather than making cappuccinos and lattes, you don't need to spend $1,000. That's exactly what I want. DeLonghi Magnifica.
Oh my God, that's got to be a very expensive DeLong or DeLonghi or whatever, however you say that. That's an expensive.
Well, it's $400 to $450, and it does say milk system is a manual wand. But then there's also a Philips 3200. Oh yeah, but it's a $500 machine, right? Cuisinart, $500. Philips Latte Go, $900. DeLonghi Magnifica Evo, $900. Wow.
Those are like when you can't you spend like $2,000 to $5,000 on like these big old Italian machines?
The thing that started the whole conversation was we were at my brother and my brother-in-law's, and they have it's the fucking fancy high end, like all of the bells and whistles and all of the shit. And it was really good coffee. And that's when we started talking about it, but we didn't ask exactly how much they spent. It was well over $1,000.
It had to be. It had to be. Those machines, they're crazy. City Bean Roasters OG Classic Blend, which is the medium dark roast. Here's the description: dark chocolate, brown sugar, full body. Roasted Viennese style OG is crafted to allow rich and slightly smoky flavor of the roast to lead while leaving some of the nuanced coffee origin flavor intact for complexity. What's left is a big body of flavors reminiscent of dense brown sugar. Yeah.
So we've completely gotten away from the original reason that you brought this up. And Tennessee Tim has his Good Beans coffee that we love. Do we even put a link to his coffee in our show notes? I can't remember. Let me look. Because we should do that just because we love Tim and we want to support him.
Yes.
But if somebody's going to send us free coffee to sponsor,
we're
whores. Of course,
we will receive the coffee. Thank you. And I don't even remember the name of the company yet. So when we get the coffee, we will test it out. We should do a side by side. I should send you, or you should buy some of the City Bean Roaster coffee next time. So we'll do. It's just citybeanroasters.com, and it is the OG blend, which it's so fucking good. There's no bitter aftertaste. There's no like what's it called when you tannins that are behind, like kind of like when you drink wine, you have a little bit of a raspy throat when it's really just pure, and it's good, and it tastes amazing.
Hang on, I'm going to look up because now I feel bad because
Tim.
Yeah. Because I couldn't. Okay, Good Bean Coffee Gifts. That's it. I couldn't remember his website. Yeah, Goodbean. Well, now I got to look it up. Hold on, because I'm on goodbean.com, but that says Jacksonville, Oregon. I don't believe that's Tim's. Huh?
I even
Goodbean.
wrote down like 7 things I wanted to talk about. I think
Oh,
we didn't get
really?
to any of them except for LastPass. I'm going to save all of my topics for next week because I am hungry. JJ's out of town. She went
Oh,
to
really?
Charlotte to a podcasting conference,
Oh, God.
and
What's kind of podcasting conference in Charlotte?
I think it's like one of the Podfest, whatever. I guess
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm super curious. I would love to have her come on to the show and tell us about that afterwards and what she got out of it. Because you and I went to a Podfest or whatever one of the big ones was, like years ago.
Yep. Yep.
And we had only been in the business 2 years, 3 years maybe. And even at that, we were like, this is a bunch of wannabe whatevers. Like there were people speaking that were very talented and very, did a great job. But like, I didn't feel like there was anything we got out of it.
Well, it's not our clientele that's there. So maybe we looked at it and think this isn't really our where there's no prospects here. You and I have always beat to a different drum as it relates to education and what we're looking for. And we've kind of created our own system, and you see how that is done for us. We've created our own system, and you've created the system, and it's a great system. JJ is going because one, she's speaking at it because she applied to speak.
Well, that's reason enough right there. That's cool if she's speaking.
Yeah, so she's got a speaking role, and the other thing she's really promoting is her podcast network. She has a network of a few shows right now, and she really wants to build a network so that she could have. I think she likes our business model, the subscription model. She really likes a lot. And when you have to trade your time for dollars, when you're done coaching, they're done paying.
Right.
In our particular case, it's like, yeah, but if you have a podcast, you're going to, and you want production, you're going to need a producer always.
Mm-hmm.
So it's us or somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And in the coaching space, sometimes it's, I'm done with this program. I don't need any more coaching.
True. That's true.
So she's building her network.
Well, those are both good reasons to go. I'm very curious what she ends up getting out of them. And, you and I have connected with people over the years that have said, yeah, let's do a network. Let's do a network. And we've never seen the value in it, but we haven't looked that deep. I'm super curious. Because I am in no way boo-hooing it. I think there could be
I'm with you.
value in either joining a good network or creating a network, but I'm super curious what JJ is doing with that.
Well, I remember when I started my own business after my DJ business, I went to National Speakers Association and got the speaker certification and all of that. And it's great because you get education when you go to these conferences, and you also have potential leads because you're aligning yourself with people that you can build a relationship with that will hopefully give you business. And, if we stayed in the network a little bit more, you and I kind of dabbled in, do we go to these podcasting conferences?
Yeah.
I just hate the fucking podcasting conferences.
I know.
I just don't like them. I just don't. I just don't want to sit through enough of it to make it make sense.
I'd be curious to try one again, only because it's been so long since we've been, but not if it's like, let's say it's in Vegas, right? And you can drive and I could fly and just have fun anyway. But like if it's in fucking Charlotte, North Carolina.
Well, the thing that we probably should look into, and we can do this next year, because I know there's a couple of them. Michael Neely does a podcaster cruise. And that could be kind of fun because no, you don't think so.
Okay. So let me tell you what the reason, and I love Michael, right? It's nothing against Michael, but the cruises, it's like, it's not like the entire ship is podcasters, right?
No,
it's like
definitely not. It's like 200 people are podcasters and the other 2,300 are not, right?
Yeah. That doesn't interest me so much.
Okay.
I like the idea, like for me, I mean, you're more than welcome to go, obviously. For me, I like the idea that it is a conference and like there's not only so many people to talk to, but there's also speakers we can hear and booths we can go to, find out what the tech is happening, find out what the gear. I like the show floor thing, but for like half a day until I see everything once, and then I'm good. But I'm
you know what I
still
really
curious
like?
to know
I
what's
like
happening.
going to a conference that's not a podcasting conference that we get paid to go have a podcasting stage there and walk home with $25,000.
Well, that's the fucking best.
That's what I really like.
Because then we still get to wander the floor, but we get paid. I like that.
that's kind of where Strick and I are right now in our careers.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I think we've given good content today. I mean, we were all over the place, but then again, when aren't we? And by the way, if you're in our audience and you're wondering when do we get to the good stuff, you missed that about maybe 12 years ago. We did the good stuff, maybe episodes 1 through 20, and that was it.
That was it. No, that's not true. I would say episodes 300 through 320 were good because it took us a while to figure it out. And then
that's true.
We figured it out, and they were really good for like 6 months, and then we got lazy and just
then we got into the whole national park zone, and then we got Strick and I got into a couple of arguments on the air.
National Park, I think, was 192. That was a good one. That was a good one. By the way, for our shout out, goodbeangifts.com. I will make sure that the link goes into the show notes. That is our good buddy, Tennessee Tim. And he is just a great guy. And there are great gifts and great coffee. And
go there.
He's the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, that's true. We're gonna promote another coffee in the next couple of weeks, but nowhere near as good as Tennessee Tim.
We still love
he's got a whole gift thing going on.
Yeah.
All right. We'll head out of here till next week. Leave voicemails for us. Keep us straight. We'll make sure that we come back yet another week. What was that? What happens at the end of the band rehearsal thing? Not the rehearsal. You told requests. What about requests? You told us something.
Oh, what is it? When I come back from break in a bar band, it's like, hey guys, we want to thank you all for talking to us during the break. We talked to a lot of people. We got a lot of requests, but we're going to come back and do another set anyway.
Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Fill up your week with the nice guys. Well, there's always money in the banana stand.